it's Erica, also known as Story of Erica over on Instagram. For today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys all about the app Mercari. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've already filmed this video, but I absolutely hated the way the footage came out for some reason. I don't know why, I'm so picky with myself. I don't know why, but when I film videos, I have to sound like I absolutely 1000% know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, I hate the footage and I just can't make myself edit it. I decided to re-film the video because you guys have been asking for it. On Instagram, you guys have had lots of questions for me on Mercari in the last week or so. So I asked on one of those little ask me a question things on my story any questions you guys had for Mercari, and you guys had a lot of questions. So I decided to suck it up, and here I am filming a Mercari video for you guys. For those of you who do not know, I am a full-time seller on the Poshmark app, but I do cross-post everything that I list on Poshmark over to Mercari, and I had a lot of questions on how Mercari works. So I thought I would share with you guys just my knowledge on how the Mercari app works and how to make sales. So I'm just going to kind of compare how Poshmark and Mercari are similar, what Poshmark has over Mercari, and what Mercari has over Poshmark. So I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty about how to make an account on either apps because I feel like that's very basic and that would be really boring to listen to. But once you make your account, you want to start obviously by listing things. For both Poshmark and Mercari, you have the option to upload as many listings as you want for free. On eBay, I know that you pay a monthly fee, but Mercari and Poshmark, you do not pay any fee. You just have a percentage of your sale taken by the platform. So Poshmark takes 20% of any sale that you make that's over $15. Mercari only takes 10% of each sale that you make. So I feel like Mercari's fees are a little bit better than Poshmark's, but I honestly don't care which platform I sell on because for me, the fees are about the same, and we'll get into that in a few minutes. So again, on both apps, you have the option to list as many items as you like. Each listing that you post can have up to 8 pictures. You have to go through and list the description, the title, the size, category, brand, all of that good stuff. On Poshmark, there is an option to list the original price of the item. That is something that Mercari does not do. But on both apps, obviously, you have to list what you want your price to be. Shipping was definitely one of your guys' very big questions, and shipping is something that you have to take care of in the middle of listing on Mercari, which is why I'm going to talk about it now. On Poshmark, you do not pay for shipping as the seller. You have the option to offer free shipping later on or offer discounted shipping, but when you list your item, the buyer is automatically set to pay for shipping. On Mercari, you have an option to offer either free shipping so that you, the seller, pay for shipping, or you can have the buyer pay for shipping. That is something that seems to be very confusing to a lot of people, so I thought I would explain that real fast. So on Poshmark, any item that is up to 5 pounds, the buyer automatically pays $6.49 for shipping. Poshmark ships everything by 2-day priority mail through USPS. Mercari has multiple weight options, price options, and options on who you can ship with. So that's why I think it's a little bit more confusing to ship on Mercari. So every time you list an item on Mercari, you have to state your zip code and then select if you want to cover shipping as the seller or make the buyer pay for shipping. Now it says that offering free shipping is recommended, and I personally offer free shipping on everything that I sell on Mercari. I feel like Amazon has absolutely spoiled us as online shoppers with their free shipping. So I do like to offer free shipping on Mercari because I feel like it's just more appealing to buyers. Now that's where Poshmark's 20% meets with Mercari's 10%. So for me, 10% plus a few dollars for shipping is about the same as the 20% whole fee that Poshmark takes. So I really don't care which platform the item sells on, so long as it sells somewhere. But back to the way that Mercari ships. So while you're in the middle of listing, you have to choose either yes to pay for shipping or no and have the buyer pay for shipping. Whichever one you choose, a menu is going to pop up and it is going to ask you what weight your item is. The weight options are 0 to 1 pound, 1 pound to 3 pounds, and then 3 pounds to 10 pounds, 10 pounds to 20 pounds, and so on and so forth. The heavier the item is that you're shipping, the more expensive shipping is going to be. So that's definitely something to keep in mind when you're pricing your item and when you're thinking about offering free shipping or having the buyer pay shipping. Another thing to keep in mind is that you can ship through USPS or you can ship through FedEx depending on the weight class that you choose. Their pricing is a little bit different, but their ship time is also a little bit different. So you want to keep that in mind and just choose which one you would rather pay for. So now that I've kind of explained how the listing process works on Mercari, I'm going to answer your guys' questions that you sent me on Instagram. It would seem that the most popular question was literally everything. So many people said everything. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how it works. Please explain how Mercari works. So I'm just going to kind of ignore those ones because I can't explain everything about an entire platform, but I'm going to do my best to answer the rest of the questions. Okay, one of the questions is weighing your item important? I definitely do think that knowing the weight of your item is important because if you try to ship something as 0 to 1 pound, but it really weighs over that, your buyer is going to get charged the difference in shipping. So they will be charged extra if your item is overweight, so you want to make sure that your item is not overweight when you ship it and that you choose the right shipping category. The next question is kind of catching me out here, but it's, do you actually weigh each item or go off of their weight suggestions? I do not weigh any of the items that I sell on Poshmark or on Mercari, but from selling for so long, I kind of know more or less how much things weigh. Plus when I take things to the post office to ship, I always get a receipt and then I can see how much things weighed, and it kind of gives me an idea in my head of how much each category of item weighs. Again, when you choose your shipping option on Mercari, it does have little pictures and kind of a weight suggestion, and it tells you what items are probably going to weigh more or which ones are going to weigh less. So sometimes I go based off of those, but I kind of just guess how much it's going to weigh. Another very popular question was hashtags. One thing that Mercari does have that Poshmark does not have is a hashtag section where you can upload up to 3 hashtags on your listing. The hashtags are made to help people find your item more easily. So it really boosts SEO, which is search engine optimization. I don't know why I can't say that word. So it's definitely important to mark down all 3 hashtags if you can. I usually just mark down the brand, the category, and just something about it. Usually the style, or if it's a very specific material, like if it's cashmere or if it's silk or something expensive that's very sought after, I will put that in the hashtags. Again, those hashtags help people when they're searching to find your item, so you want to use the best hashtags that you can think of since you're only allowed to use 3. Next question, how to get followers. I personally do not know if followers on Mercari are even important or if they make a difference. When you follow someone on Mercari, you do get notifications whenever they list a new item. So I guess that if someone's very interested in the style or sizing or brand that you carry in your Mercari store, they will follow you. But I don't entirely know how to get followers on that app. On Poshmark, you can also follow people, but you do not get notifications when you follow them. The following system is a little bit different, so it's a lot easier to get a lot of followers. I have around 150,000 followers on Poshmark, and I think I maybe have 20 followers on Mercari. So the following system is definitely very, very, very different. Another question is how to get views and how to sell things faster. To sell faster on any platform, but especially Poshmark and Mercari, I feel like the most important tip is to list something, at least one thing, every single day. When you're consistently adding things to your Poshmark closet or your Mercari store, it definitely helps you to boost in the algorithms, and it helps your items to be seen more easily. It also helps because the more that you have available for sale, the more likely you are for someone to buy your thing because you have more options for people to choose from. So I always list at least 3 to 5 items on my Poshmark closet. In 2019, I've been making a big effort to list at least 10 items a day on both Poshmark and Mercari. So listing is definitely a huge factor in making sales, especially on Mercari, because on Poshmark, you have the option to share your items and have them be seen by more people. But on Mercari, it's more like eBay where you kind of just drop it there and hope that someone comes for it. Okay, another question is how to promote your listings on Mercari. So like I just mentioned, on Poshmark, you can share your listings and kind of promote them for free so that more people can see your items. The only thing that I personally do to promote my items on Mercari is I send out offers to likers. Offers to likers is something that I'm pretty sure Poshmark was doing way before Mercari was doing it, and Mercari kind of decided to copy them. But the way it works is on both platforms, when somebody likes your item, it saves it to their like section and they get to get notifications on that item when things happen to it. So when the price is dropped or when you send out private offers, the people who like the item will get notifications on it. So to send out offers to likers on Poshmark, you have to send out at least 10% off of asking price and a shipping discount where you can offer either $150 off shipping or you can offer free shipping. On Mercari, you only have to offer a percentage off. You do not have to offer a shipping discount or change the way you ship at all, which is very convenient. So I like to go through every day and see which items have picked up a lot of new likes on Mercari and send out usually around 10 to 15% off to the people who have liked it. And when you send these offers to the likers, they receive the discount and they have up to 24 hours to either accept or decline or counter your offer. Next question is how to make and accept offers. So to make offers is pretty simple. If you just find an item that you like, there is a make an offer option where you click make an offer, you type in the price that you want, and you send it off to the seller. To accept offers on Mercari is a little bit different. So when you open the app, there are 5 little icons at the bottom. One of the icons, I believe it's like second to the right, is a little almost text notification. If you click there, you can see your notifications, your buying, and your selling section. So it's very important to keep an eye on this section because my phone does not alert me when I receive offers or anything like that on Mercari. It gives me notifications sometimes, but never if I receive an offer. So you want to make sure that you're checking in there very often. If you go to the selling section, you can check and see if you've received any new offers. And when you receive an offer on Mercari, you go to selling, you click on the offer, and you can either accept it, decline it, or counter it. Another thing that you will notice about the notification, buying, and selling section on Mercari is that you have the option to message the buyer or the seller of whatever item it is that you're looking at. So if you're the seller, you have the option to send a private message to the buyer of your item, and vice versa if you're the buyer instead of the seller. On Poshmark, the only option that you have is to either leave a comment on a public listing or to comment on their bundle, which is a fairly new feature that is actually not completely private. So it is very cool that Mercari has a private messaging system. That private messaging system is the same place that you're going to receive offers on your items. So you want to make sure that you're checking that section very frequently to make sure that you aren't missing out on any offers, because just like on the offers to likers that you send out, when someone sends you an offer on something, you only have 24 hours to respond to their offer. So make sure you're checking that section frequently. The next question is about jean sizing. When the tag says 12 but they only have 26, 28, 30, etc. to choose from, what do I do? So that is a very good question. Say you're selling a pair of jeans on Mercari. The options that you have are waist measurements. So you have 24 inches, 25 inches, 26, 27, 28, and so forth. But if your jeans are in a size 8 or a size 10 or a 12 or a number that's not the waist measurement, what I personally do is I will take the exact brand of item that I'm selling. Say I'm selling a pair of Levi's jeans. I will look up a Levi's jeans size chart and I'll see if they have a conversion chart so I can see what number it's listed at converts to what the waist measurement is. Most brands do have size conversion charts, so it's not too hard to get around this issue, but I always like to include measurements, especially of jeans, since sizing does fluctuate from brand to brand. Sizing is a little bit weird on Mercari. And the last question that I'm going to answer is, what sells best for you on Mercari? I personally list everything that I list in my Poshmark closet over on Mercari as well, but the things that I found that sell faster on Mercari are mostly mall brands. Typically, the less expensive things in my Poshmark closet sell faster on Mercari than they do on Poshmark, so brands like Hollister, American Eagle, Aeropostale. I also sell a lot of Urban Outfitters, Free People, and Anthropologie on Mercari, which I also sell a lot of on Poshmark. So I feel like the trendier and the more popular the brand is, the more likely your item is to sell as well. Those are all the questions that I'm going to be answering for today. I hope that you guys found this video helpful. I really did kind of struggle a little bit because Mercari is definitely not my strong suit. Poshmark is my main gal, and I'm definitely much more knowledgeable on that platform. If you had a question about Mercari that I did not get to answer, then please leave it in the comments down below, and I would love to help you out by trying to answer it. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!